Welcome everybody back to the NWA Crockett Cup Part 4 review of the NWA Powerr season. I am joined as always by my NWA queen, the ride or die, Miss Fiona Loughran. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Good. It's an important night over here in the UK for us English football fans.
Allegedly so.
Allegedly so, yes. The semi-finals of the Cup, but we won't get into that right now. We will get into NWA. Brief bit of news before. Eric Smalls has signed an exclusive contract with the NWA.
Another contract. They are racking the contracts up these days.
Certainly are. Smalls will sign a big contract, so to speak. So he will be an NWA for the foreseeable future, which is good. I will have to, my only moan about this week, it was the issues that we had on the VPN this week with NWA Powerr.
Yeah, I have one other issue as well, but yeah, I don't know what happened. I think my VPN maybe kicked me out, to be honest with you, because I was halfway through the first match and I was like, and then it just stopped working and it was like player error. I'm like,
I didn't have
I got
that.
back in.
I had it where it was halfway through the first match, they went for a break, they come back, and they come back to before they went for the break. And it done it about 3 or 4 times during.
I didn't have that issue, but the advert was my break. The ad. I cannot speak tonight. The advert was my issue. Don't put adverts in the middle of a match when there's momentum and I'm behind it and I'm sucked in, and then I have to wait 2.5 minutes, and then my attention just goes, oh look, shiny thing, and
oh look, aeroplane.
Yeah, pretty much. There's one out the window just now, actually.
Oh, see, not even I can keep you entertained for that long. Let's get into, I had the same thing. I mean, well, it's not the same thing. I just had the issue where it just kept going backwards. I was just like, I've seen this. I was like, what? I thought it was going, and I'll tell you a bit of the first match where it happened in a minute. But the cold open was all about BFT and the Immortals and the semi-finals of the Crockett Cup, which was great. They did one before the main event, actually, which was really good. We'll get into that a bit later as well. But we started, obviously, Danny Deals, Joe Garley, and Mr.
Corgan, yeah.
Mr. Corgan on comms again. But he did start, surprisingly, with the semi-final, the final.
Straight in it. I was not expecting that to be the first match at all. I was like, ooh, okay, this is good. We're going in with a bang.
Yeah, we started with a bang. BFT Immortals semi-finals. I tell you what, we just talked briefly before the show went on air, and I said, Kratos, whatever you want to call him, my God, he impressed. I mean, I think what it is, because we've now seen them over a few weeks now, where we've seen them a bit more regularly. Where with NWA, we sometimes see them one week and we don't see them for 8, and they come back. Because we've seen them quite a bit in the Crockett Cup, I didn't realize, but what amazed me was how good Oddison and Kratos actually are.
They are phenomenal, absolutely incredible. I love watching the both of them work, but they spend a lot of time in Japan, both of them.
Yes, yeah, they do. No surprise in the way they hit. I mean, it was as hard hitting match as you could imagine.
It was never going to be anything else, let's be honest.
It wasn't. And to be honest, they were actually dominating BFT for the majority.
Carnage took a kicking in those first few minutes.
Yeah. I thought he was shoulder
all over him.
They started straight away, didn't they? Bang! As soon as the match started, they weren't wasting any time. Their idea was hit your move early so Aaron Stevens can't get involved.
Yeah. Sensible, because Aaron's Aaron and that loaded glove, I wouldn't trust him with the barge.
Which apparently Danny Deals is checked and there's nothing in it.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
So that $20 that Aaron gave him before he checked it. Yeah, this was really strong. I mean, this was just hard hitting, hard throughout the whole of this match. It was just constant, hard hitting, meat slapping tag match, which was great. There was one bit they hit a huge power slam, I think it was, and then that's when I had the issue. The break.
Sorry, that was Oscar just leaving the house. My bad.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, see. And then just before it went to another break, I had 2 breaks during this.
I think I only had one. No, I don't know.
We were using different VPNs, and the second one where it kept repeating it was when they held up at Oddison. And Aaron went to hit him with a loaded glove, and he actually ended up hitting damage.
That's it. He literally took him out.
Yeah, Big time.
And he was out for, like, he eventually managed to get out the ring to the side of the stairs, and Aaron's like, oh my God, what have I done?
Like a little towel to get him up.
Yeah, and Carnage was left in the ring with Kratos, and then they did the double neck breaker on him.
He did. Well, he done a double neck breaker on him. They were going to do a suplex, and he hit them with the double neck.
Oh God, yeah, it was the other way down. That's right. Yeah,
which I thought was fantastic. I couldn't believe that he was going to do that, but he couldn't make the tag. That was the problem. He couldn't make the tag, which led to a huge pounce by Odinson for the 1, 2, 3.
And that was a sneaky. There was a little bit of debate from Danny and Joe and
who was the legal
William
man
about who was the legal man at that point, because I think the tag was quite a sneaky tag.
Yes.
Don't blame them, to be honest with you. But oh, what a phenomenal match!
What a way!
I am delighted to see them in the final. Absolutely delighted. But the question now is, what's next for BFT, and what is that accident, I will call it an accident, on damage by Aaron going to do for the boys? Basically, it'd be interesting to see if Aaron takes the blame for that or takes responsibility for it. And yeah,
will be. They are still obviously tag team champions. That's one thing.
They are indeed, yeah.
Indeed. But next week will be the final, which will be the Southern Six against the Immortals. So we will see that next week. Obviously.
What rank were the Southern Six? Because the Immortals were seeded 4th. With the Southern Six,
telling me, you're asking me.
I know. I'm like,
you're the guru of this thing.
Southern Six. They were number 3.
There you go.
So seed 4 versus seed 3. So it's it's going to be pretty evenly matched.
Oh, definitely. It will be definitely an evenly matched contest. I'm still going with the Southern Six. I think they're going to.
Yeah, well, the Southern Six are going to have Ricky in their corner, I imagine. So.
Yeah, we don't know if it's going to
be sneaky. But then the Immortals, they are so big in comparison to Alex and Kerry. You wonder how Alex and Kerry could possibly get past those two, to be honest with you.
But the Southern Six do normally find ways of winning.
Yes, they do. They've already beat Trevor and Mike Knox, so it's possible. They can do it.
Yeah, they certainly can. Now, my feed cut off. I didn't see the interview that they done. Did you see?
So basically, it was just Kyle with the Immortals, but they didn't say very much, to be honest with you. Kratos was just like, yes. So they really, really didn't say very much at all. So you didn't miss anything, but they are buzzing to make it to the finals. Absolutely delighted to do them, and rightly so.
Definitely so. They've been the most impressive team that I've seen. I say it's nice to see.
I loved Kratos' little eye, lightning something. I don't know,
wherever it was.
He looked phenomenal. The pair of them always look phenomenal, though. So what a great tag team! Fast becoming a favourite of mine.
Definitely so. 2 guys that you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley either. That's for sure. I come back to when this comeback was when they interviewed Ella Envy and Miss Star. She was saying that she was sick and tired of babysitting.
Babysitting Kylie for Kenzie, and a little bit of an attitude adjustment, I think, on our Ella by the sounds of things. It looks like Miss Star's kind of rubbing off on her a little bit.
Does seem so. I mean, she had an attitude anyway, and the pretty
true.
But it's got progressively worse, if that is even possible, since the end of that. And so that was going to be the main event. But Kylie Paige was going to be in Kenzie Paige's corner as well for the main event, which I found, which was what the commentators were saying, that apparently she hasn't got a manager's license, but she was given an opportunity. She was allowed to be in the corner.
How does that work? Interesting.
Probably another $20.
Moral support.
Or Danny was paid $20 again, and they sorted it out. But it's debut time now. Well, debut to a degree. Anyway, it was Big Strong Mims and Black G's, and they would.
So good to see G's back ringside. I love that man. Love it.
He's a character for sure. Against the debuting / returning, depending on what you want to do, Baron Von Storm, aka Tim Storm, and he was with Jax Dane, who's got the medical notes to say that he can be at ringside for the match itself. Really, I tell you what I liked about the cat. Tim was very like Tim. I can't call him Tim now, can I? Baron. Sorry.
Baron, how dare you?
Yeah, if he was here, I'd be getting my skull crushed with the claw. Texas loved him as well. Obviously, there's a
hometown boy.
hometown boy. That was the thing.
Hometown boy.
But I liked the demeanor. I really liked the manner, the way. And I know it was Crockett Cup, so I don't know if we're going to get this when they go back to the power station. But the manner in which he walked to the ring, the presentation, the way that he come out looked great.
The Baron is a very different human being from the person that we know as Tim Storm.
Yes.
A very different. He's very I don't know, like he was giving me like Sith vibes with that robe on, like Darth Maul vibes with that robe on. It's hard for me to see him not smile and not be all, because everyone's so used to Tim Storm being a face, and Tim Storm doesn't exist anymore. And this Baron is quite a mean and moody, somewhat intimidating individual, and to have Jax Dane in his corner as well. Yeah, I think I would be a little bit anxious being in the ring. Even though I'm Mims, I think I would be a little bit, okay, what am I about to face? Because no one's faced him before.
Nope.
No one's faced this incarnation. No one's faced him. No one knows what he's capable of other than he's got that claw. And I loved the way he stood in the ring with his arm behind his back. And just that, the little touch, it's very kind of Baron Von, I can never say the surname, Baron Von Ratch. I can never say the name right. Quite similar in composure and stature to that. To him, sorry, not that, sorry. But yeah, this was going to be an interesting matchup, to say the least, because we don't know what we're going to be about to witness.
No, and what we did witness was a lot of stalling by Mims. He was very, like you said, he was very like, what is this kind of thing?
Try to suss him out a little bit, I think. And Baron just didn't take his eyes off him, didn't crack a smile, was just very, I'm coming for you. Like, yeah.
Exactly that. And there was a bit where Mims and Black G's did try to get out and was blocked in the aisleway.
Jax wasn't letting them leave. And Jax is a man mountain. We know Jax is a man mountain, but he didn't even really need to say anything to them. They were kind of like, okay, all right, let's go.
Back in the ring they went. Wasn't quite a long match at all. There was a lot of times where Baron was trying to use the claw in it, and it didn't quite happen. Eventually, the claw got locked in on Mims.
Yeah.
It took a while. It did take a while, but
it did, and it took a couple of big clotheslines from Baron to Mims to kind of daze him enough to get it locked in. But he got there. Although G's tried his hardest to distract him, because I think you'll see at one point, G's when Baron's in the corner, G's has his boots and is trying to pull him by the ankles.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
And then that got Mims a roll up.
Yeah.
So Mims got the roll up with the trunks, which Baron kicked out of before the claw kind of gets locked in.
And then once that claw is locked in, it is basically game over.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter, or whatever the saying is.
Abandon ship, as they say. But yes, Mims did eventually tap. So Baron Von Storm picks up a victory on his debut.
But he won't let go. And this is the thing. Like, it's like he becomes blooming possessed or something, because he won't let go. And the ref was trying to get him to let go, but Jax seems to have some sort of calming influence or something where he's just like, okay, it's me, you can
let it go.
And yeah,
who would have thought Jax Dane would be a calming influence?
I know, that's interesting, isn't it? But
kind of scary.
I hope we get to see the two of them tag soon.
Yeah
I think it could be a very interesting tag team. We saw Tim Storm and Jax tag together, but Baron and Jax, I think, will be a completely different animal.
Literally, as well. Literally a different animal. Tell you who did remind me a bit about. Have you ever seen? I don't know if you watched TNA, PCO.
Yes.
It's very sort of in the face when he had the claw on. If you look at Baron's mannerisms, then very PCO-ish.
I can see where you're coming from with that. Absolutely.
But very, very impressive victory for Baron Von Storm. And we will see where the future lies with him and what happens. as we keep rolling on NWA Powerr. Now, we say about cold opens, which has been great for the NWA.
They've always done such a good job of them.
Now they're doing main event hype,
which is fabulous, and I love to see it. Love to see it.
Absolutely brilliant. They showed you all about the Kenzie and Ella, how it got to where it got to. I thought this was great because if you hadn't seen it or you didn't know, and you think, why are these two going together against each other?
It tells the story.
It tells that story so perfectly well. Which led to, I mean, I said this before, I said this to Aaron Stevens, I would put the NWA women's roster up against any roster in wrestling right now.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Honestly, stop sleeping on it, people.
Yeah.
Get it watched.
Start watching it because you see, like, I mean, Miss Kenzie's like 22, 23. Always say this, she's the ring general. She just basically commands that whole ring when she takes it. But what I did know, because obviously I've always known Ella as a tag team wrestler, and I saw her briefly as a single in the triple threat, but she held her own in there, Ella.
Oh, she was outstanding. Even like Miss Star didn't really need to get involved.
But she's still got a neck brace on for a start.
Obviously not medically cleared.
Clearly. Obviously, Kylie was at ringside as well with Kenzie, but this was just brilliant. It started quite, I would say it started quite, I don't want to say slow paced at all, but it started as your bog standard match. It turned into a brawl at one point when it.
And Ella was going for it. I've actually written down Ella was like a few steps ahead at one point of Kenzie, without a doubt. Like she really brought her A game.
Yeah, she definitely did. There was a big, I think there was a big kick out, I think, by Kenzie at one point where this match was nearly over.
Yeah.
Ultimately, Kylie did get involved. She got onto the apron at one point near the end of this match, which led to Kenzie, I think, ducking a move and hitting the Kenzie cutter.
I don't think anyone's ever kicked out of that, have they?
Well, not since I've been watching it, unless
I don't remember.
NWA, one of the NWA 75 before Kenzie won.
No, I don't remember that at all. Anyone kicking out.
So Kenzie cutter was hit, the pinfall was done, and she retains again, and still women's world champion, still holder of the Burke, pushing a year now, nearly.
Yeah, absolutely, which is amazing for someone so young.
Yeah.
But that begs the question: who's next for?
This is it. Well, who did you? Oh, I thought you said. Did you come?
No, who's next for Kenzie?
Oh,
like in terms of like who's up, who's going to challenge next?
That's the thing now, because one of the two people I was going to say are in tag team action next week, which we'll get to the matches for next week in a minute. I don't know. It's a weird one because you could argue Kylie deserves a shot, but you don't want to see Pretty Empowered kind of implode properly. Miss Star's always injured. Miss Kate we know has left.
Yeah, and then the others who I would have put in would have been La Rosa Negra, Tiffany Nieves, or Reka Tahaka, but they are, or even Ruthie J again. But they're all kind of broiled in some tag team action just now at the moment. Yeah. So I don't really
Max,
know.
The Impaler.
Max, obviously, I forgot about Max. My bad. Max still has the United TV championships, don't they? So
does, yes,
you could potentially see Max with Max 3 belts instead of Max 2 belts, which would be an unbelievable feat for them. That would be incredible to see them with 3 belts. But I don't know if Kenzie's reign's quite over yet.
No, I think she's still got some time. I think she's still got some gas left in the tank for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
It will be interesting to see who is next, though, because that's obviously Territories is coming up as well.
Well, that's it, and we don't know a lot of the female talent in the territory, so that I suppose leaves it wide open to a lot of challengers that we're not privy to. We don't know anything about, so there could be some new faces coming up over the coming weeks. I suppose that's something to keep an eye on.
Certainly is, but next week it's the final, and I've approved your holiday request.
Thank you.
But I know that you may be joining us still on next week's show to go through the final of the Crockett Cup, which we know is the Southern Six versus the Immortals. Also,
I'm so excited for that match.
Yes, I can't
so
wait.
excited.
Can't wait to see who takes home the Crockett Cup next week. Also, the King Bees will defend the tag team championships against Reka Tahara and Tiffany Nieves as well. And as the main event next week, it is for the NWA World Championship as the Overman takes on, EC3, the Overman takes on Sam Adonis.
That's going to be a belter.
Oh,
An absolute belter. I love watching Sam in action. I've known Sam for a long time from his days on the camps in the UK when he used to do the camps tours with Brian Dixon and things like that. So to see him on this stage and to see him do so well in Mexico as well, it's phenomenal. I think this will be a cracking match.
Yeah, it will be. I've never seen Sam before. So
he's also he works all over the place, but he's mainly, I think he lives in Texas now, from what I can gather. So he works with Texoma Pro, I know that much. But he's obviously down in Mexico quite a lot at the moment. Phenomenal talent. So I am super excited to watch him take on EC3. I think it'll be a good match.
So it's a very much a championship edition of Powerr next week, which you can see on the CW app over in the States, or like me and Fee in the UK and internationally, get yourself a VPN and watch the show. But Fee, I know you're on holiday coming up, but what else has one got on the horizon?
What have we got? So Friday, I will be in London with Inside the Ropes for the Elijah show. I cannot remember the name of the venue because it's a new venue, so my bad.
I told you last week, you should have wrote it down.
I know. So it's tickets still available from itrtix.com. Unfortunately, due to personal circumstances, however, Elijah is unable to fulfill his booking in Glasgow on Monday. So we have had to cancel the Glasgow show on Monday. But we have spoken to him and we are working on a future date to get him back over to the UK and get Glasgow back on the cards for him. So apologies to everyone in Glasgow who was wanting to come to the show, but personal matters at home have meant that he is returning home to the States and will not be with us in Glasgow, which is a shame. But we're really thankful that he's still able to do the show on Friday in London, so that's good. Obviously, I'm not around.
Tunnel 267.
Tunnel 267. There you go. That's North London somewhere. Near Wimbledon, I think.
Southwest, not north. Southwest.
Is it not?
Southwest London.
Southwest. There you go.
SW.
See,
you're going to message me. You're going to message me Friday, aren't you? Where am I again?
So that's that. What else? Obviously, I'm away next week. Next Friday, British Championship Wrestling in my hometown. I am so sad to miss it. They brought another MC in for the night, so I am gutted to not be there. But British Championship Wrestling in East Kilbride, Adam Maxted is booked for that on the card, as is the young man whose name escapes me, who won this year's Gladiators.
Okay.
And also as a wrestler, and I've forgotten his name. That's terrible. My bad. I'm so sorry. But there's still a few tickets left for East Kilbride. We've sold a couple hundred already. East Kilbride is a phenomenal venue. It's a little community centre. We always pack it out to the rafters. There's no barriers. So when the action spills out, it spills right onto your feet. So it's always, always a good night. So if you're up in the Glasgow area, check out BCW next Friday. And then the following weekend, I've got the feed already. On Thursday, W3, which is the 26th or 25th or something like that, W3L are in Elgin for the Summer Spectacular on the Thursday. On the Friday, PBW are at Belladrum Music Festival. On the Saturday, PBW are at Belladrum Music Festival. And on the Sunday, W3L are in Dalkeith. So that is 3 nights in a field in a tent for me, surrounded by lots of party animals. Don't know whether my old decrepit back will be able to handle it, but I am buzzing. Belladrum is always a highlight of my year in the wrestling calendar, so I'm super excited. Wow. Wrestling in a carnival, like wrestling in a circus tent, I mean, what's not to love?
Can't think of anything better. So 25th was the Thursday.
There you go. So 25th, W3L, 26th, 27th, PBW, and 28th, W3L.
Busy, and the holiday. And where are you off to next week?
I'm just coming down to your neck of the woods. Well, not quite as far, but I'm coming down to Ingerland to take the kids away and get them out the house and get them off their Xboxes I'm going to Flamingo, that's all I care about. I'm going to go and ride some coasters. So
there you go. I don't know if you know, but we've got a show coming up.
oh, really? I've never
Sunday.
heard.
I know, Sunday. It's yeah. Well, we're down to the final 9 tickets now.
Wow, get them sold.
If you
Sell
do,
out that venue,
if you
please.
do,
And then Adam will never shut up.
yeah, well, there is that to it. I don't shut up anyway, and that would make it even worse. But it would be an attendance record for Shenley Road if you were to buy those
It's a
90.
great little venue. I was there last year. I'm sorry I can't be there this year.
That's all right. I'll let you off this year, and if I decide to do it next year, don't even start that conversation about whether we're
Get
doing
this
it.
one out the road first.
Let me get this one out of the way first. Yeah, it's going to happen Sunday. We're looking forward to that. Luke Jacobs is going to be there. Was one of the headline acts. Charles Crowley was going to be there.
Oh, I love him.
Like Connor Mills, one of my personal favorite wrestlers, going to be actually him and Jacobs, my personal favorite wrestlers. They're going to be there as well. All sorts going on. We could, and I hope we don't, but we could be crowning a new turnbuckle champion on Sunday. If we do, I think I will go in hibernation for a while. If Mark True,
Bane of your life.
yeah, I don't think I'll ever. Well, I'll never hear the last of it, but it'll be shaping up to be a great show. Also, tickets are on sale for that. If you still want to get them, hurry up. Go to 96 Shenley Road. But if you can't make that one and you want to come to another Ignite show, come to the September show Aftermath. Which I'll get the date right now. I do have it on my calendar, but my phone has just turned off after so long. 15th of September. Join us for Aftermath. The Aftermath of Buckle Up. I know a few names, but I'm sworn to secrecy about who's coming. If you look at the calendar, if you look at the poster, you will see Connor Mills, so he will be back in September. A couple of names that are not on that calendar that I can't tell you about. And who knows, maybe some other friends will join us on Sunday. We'll have to wait and see about that. Also coming up, the Blue Meanie will be joining me for a
Brilliant.
I can't wait for that. That's going to be fun. I'm actually
BWO for life.
BWO for life. I'll be recording that the day after Buckle Up, so the Monday.
Ooh, good
Or
luck.
keep an eye out on Instagram Live, by the way. I will be streaming both Turnbuckle Championships and the Ignite Championship match live on Instagram. So hit the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast on Sunday afternoon. You'll see us live there. We will be doing live streaming of the 2 championship matches. If we can do more, we will, but we've got to do some bits on the show ourselves. So if we can do more, we will, but keep your eye out on there for that. Blue Meanie's coming up. I've got someone that's I will be able to announce soon that's coming up that's going to be fantastic. Can't wait to speak to that particular person. And I'll leave it at that for now. But Fee, it's been another great week of NWA.
Oh, without a doubt, man. They're just smashing it at the moment, honestly.
They absolutely are. Territory
They've
stuff.
got,
Oh.
sorry, I was just going to, a wee plug for the NWA merch shop as well. Honestly, if you're wanting some NWA merch, go and check out their shop. I blagged some new bits and pieces over the weekend because they had a 4th of July discount code on. But keep an eye out. Deals is usually pretty good at giving you a little sneaky code every now and again. But yeah, nationalwrestlingalliance.com/shop. There is some really, really cool t-shirts and stuff on there. So worth going to go and have a wee nosy.
Definitely. So I need to get an NWA merch. So I'm starting to collect merch for shows now. This is my AEW one, which is the Chris Jericho one from last year. I do need to get some NWA merch to wear on this show, or for when we do spotlights or territories or power reviews. I need to grab myself some NWA merch. So I may have to speak to Danny and see what he can sort me out a deal for sure. But
best place to go.
Best place to go, definitely, to see what the gig is. Talk to Danny Deals, get myself some merch. But Fee, you will be joining us next week, which is great to know.
I will, absolutely.
Whilst you're on holiday from a hotel, I would have thought.
No, we've got an Airbnb, so that'll be cool.
Perfect. So you'll be in the Airbnb. I will be in my house like normal. But thank you as always, guys. Just keep a lookout on us at Hitting the Turnbuckle HTT Buckle on to Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast, all over social medias. On Inside the Ropes, is it ITR on X? Is that
and it's Inside the Ropes on Twitter, and you'll find us.
Just type
W3L Wrestling on Twitter as well. PBW are not on Twitter, but you'll find us on Instagram and Facebook. A lot of the PBW matches are now also up on their YouTube channel as well. British Championship Wrestling, Yeah, if you just basically type in all the names of the promotions, you'll find them, and you might see a video of me every now and again, or a photo if you're
And if you go
unlucky.
onto YouTube for Ignite, you will, when they upload it, you will see me getting involved in the last show. So when they upload the videos that go onto Ignite Wrestle Pro onto YouTube, you will see all the videos that they've done. See Buckle Up last year, you might see Fee in there get a chop, not literally, but sitting there when someone does get a chop. So yeah, if you go onto YouTube, go onto Ignite Wrestle Pro, look at Buckle Up last year, give you a little taste of what's in store on Sunday. Fee, let's do this again next week where we will be crowning and the Crockett Cup winners.
I'm so excited.
We may also be crowning the new NWA tag team champions, and more importantly than all that, we could well be crowning the new NWA heavyweight champion. We'll wait and see, but do not forget, the NWA is where history lives and legends are forged. And until next time, everybody, buckle down, stay safe, goodbye.